imagine this. You're standing in your kitchen, your phone is in your hand, a glass sits on the counter, cars are moving outside, planes are cruising at 35,000 feet, and in the next second, gravity disappears. Not weakens, not flips, completely turns off for 10 full seconds. At first, you wouldn't even understand what's happening. Your feet would lose pressure against the floor. That subtle downward pull you felt every moment of your life. Gone. You, your phone, the air in your lungs, everything not bolted down, would begin to float. But here's the terrifying part. The Earth would still be spinning. Right now, at the equator, you're moving at about 1,670 kilometers per hour with the planet's rotation. Gravity is what keeps you stuck to the surface while Earth spins beneath you. Without gravity holding you down, you wouldn't gently drift upward. You'd be flung sideways. Buildings, cars, trees, oceans, everything not anchored to bedrock would continue moving at Earth's rotational speed, but now nothing is pressing it to the ground. The atmosphere itself would start to lift and expand outward. The air you rely on to breathe would begin to thin instantly. Inside your house, chaos. Furniture slams into ceilings, water rips out of pipes, people smash into walls at hundreds of kilometers per hour relative to the ground below them. Windows explode outward as pressure changes. Outside, the oceans begin to bulge. Without gravity pulling water toward Earth's center, the seas would start lifting off the surface. Not all of it instantly escaping into space. 10 seconds isn't long enough, but massive walls of water would detach, rising kilometers into the sky. Airplanes in flight would lose lift immediately. Wings work because gravity pulls the plane downward while air flows over them. Remove gravity, and controlled flight becomes meaningless. Aircraft would tumble unpredictably. Satellites, they're already in free fall around Earth, so surprisingly, they wouldn't notice much at first. But the atmosphere expanding outward would create drag in places it normally doesn't, altering orbits in subtle but dangerous ways. And you'd likely be airborne, disoriented, possibly unconscious if you struck something. The air pressure dropping around you would make breathing difficult. Ears would pop violently. Dust, debris, glass, metal, everything becomes a high-speed projectile. Now imagine you somehow survive the first 5 seconds. You're suspended mid-air, along with cars, chunks of pavement, pets, streetlights, entire sections of buildings. The sky above you looks wrong. The horizon shimmers as oceans rise and clouds distort. Then, at exactly 10 seconds, gravity turns back on. Everything that was lifted drops, all at once. The oceans slam back into the planet, triggering mega tsunamis that circle the globe. Entire coastlines vanish beneath walls of water hundreds of meters high. Cities collapse as airborne debris rains down at terminal velocity. Cars crush streets. Planes plummet. People fall from whatever height they reached, some just a few meters, others far higher depending on rotational momentum and explosions. Structures already weakened during the weightless phase crumble under the sudden return of force. Bridges snap. Skyscrapers sway beyond their limits. The atmosphere, which had begun expanding outward, compresses violently back toward the surface, generating shockwaves and continent-spanning storms. And remember the Earth's core, the molten iron constantly under immense pressure. For 10 seconds, that pressure balance was disrupted. When gravity returns, the internal readjustment could trigger massive global earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. All from just 10 seconds. The death toll? Potentially in the billions. Not because gravity was gone for long, but because everything on Earth is designed around its constant pull. Our buildings, our bodies, our oceans, even the way blood flows through your veins assumes gravity exists. Without it, even briefly, the delicate balance that makes life possible collapses instantly. And here's the most unsettling part. Gravity is the weakest of the 4 fundamental forces in the universe. Yet it's the one holding your entire world together. You don't feel it, you don't see it. But every second of your life, it's pinning oceans to continents, air to atmosphere, and you to the planet. If it ever stopped, even for 10 seconds, the world you know wouldn't simply float. It would fall apart.